Welcome to Park Bench Interviews, hosted by Randy Goodman, Harvey Callis Real Estate, your real estate professional. Get to know our community, our businesses, products, and services that will elevate your life. Please welcome your hostess, Randy Goodman.
Hey, it's Randy Goodman from Harvey Callis Real Estate, and I am excited to have Mimi Thrasher here, who is a very giving and loving person, but she's also an executive and entrepreneur assistant. She does online summits. She does all sorts of things, actually. So we're going to find out all about it because she is a woman of many, many talents, and I can't wait to hear from you. So thank you, Mimi, for being with me.
Thank you so much for having me here today. It's a privilege and an honor to be with you.
Well, thank you. And I can't wait to share. So first of all, tell us, what do you do?
I am an entrepreneur's assistant. I call myself a jack of all trades and a master of many because I do so many things as an entrepreneur, from bookkeeping and web design and a whole variety of other things. Mm-hmm. But I help entrepreneurs be the best they could possibly be.
Okay, good. So I want to find out a little bit more about that. So can you give us a little bit of detail on how exactly do you support people? Like, what are your talents?
So the two talents that I'm actually focusing on right now are online summits and discounted shipping. I do have other whole variety of things in my skills toolbox, from bookkeeping and web design and social media and what's the word I'm looking for? Event management, all kinds of stuff. But the online summit thing takes a lot of background work. A lot of entrepreneurs are afraid to do that because they don't know how to do the background work. And right. That's where I come in. I'll do the background work, and I have the software to do it.
Okay. Awesome.
The discounted shipping, I represent a company that purchases shipping from all the major carriers, mm-hmm. and then offer it to their clients for a discounted rate. There's no fees to sign up. There's no fees whatsoever. All it is an application.
Wow. Okay. That's fabulous. I love how you have this wide range of services that you're able to offer people, but it just shows that you can be really supportive in any part of their business. And, you know, you're a very intelligent business person yourself. You're very creative. You have a lot of ideas. And I know that you can support people in that realm as well. So you're not just someone who they can just tell what to do, but you're going to have your own input and suggestions as to how to make it better, which I love. You know, I love that about you. And not all people who are supporting a business can do that.
Thank you. And that's why I call myself an entrepreneur's assistant, because I'm not, so a VA would just do the work. I actually come with a mindset of an entrepreneur. And I'll say to you, have you thought about this? Did you think about that? Oh, I just read about this. What do you think? Well, that it would fit with the business. I help you think to the success of your business. And then I execute on whatever it takes to do that.
Yeah, you add a ton of value. So you're way larger than just a typical VA and what they might do. So I absolutely love that. And I know you and I've had some great conversations as well. So thank you. So Mimi, what led you to this profession, this career?
So two things led me to this career. Firstly, the first thing that led me to this career is that I'm really good at doing administrative work, and I like doing it. Okay, good. And most of the skills that I have in my toolbox require a lot of organization, and I'm a highly organized person, and I'm a time management expert. I actually wrote a book about that called Success Without Stress. Awesome. Yeah, that was an Amazon bestseller. Yeah. But the thing that really drove me towards this was my personal goal for there to be peace on the planet. And I believe that when people have inner peace, the world has outer peace. And by bringing some peace to entrepreneurs who are constantly overwhelmed with stuff, mm-hmm. I am fulfilling on my life's purpose.
I love that. I love that. And you know what? I love hearing when people are doing what they're passionate about and when they're able to achieve their own goals through something that they love every single day. So that's fantastic. Thank you, Mimi. So what are your plans and your goals for the future? Like, who are you reaching out to? Who do you want to work with? Who are you working with? Not names specifically or company names, but the types of businesses.
The people that I have a tendency of working with are mompreneurs who have a couple of kids at home, definitely overwhelmed, and need an extra hand. It's usually somebody that has gotten beyond being a startup, so they're 2 or 3 years into their business and they're at the point where they have a little bit of cash flow and they're now looking for somebody, they're looking for a way to duplicate themselves a little bit so that they're more freed up to be with their families, which is why they got into business with in the first place. Right. And the other people that I like to work with are I'm going to say men, because it's really interesting. I market to mompreneurs and I get a lot of male clients. And male clients tend to need or want organization. They want to be structured. They want structure. So I happen to be very good with working with men. The second part of your question having to do with the future, one of the things that I've taken on for fun, if you will, is I'm putting on an event on September 21st called the having to do with peace and love, the pulse of humanity. And it's going to be an all-day event with speakers having to do with bringing inner peace to individuals, so the world has outer peace. And then I'm also launching on the same day an online summit. So there'll be a gamut, like 21 speakers of people speaking on a daily basis starting September 21st. So that's what I'm doing for fun.
That's fabulous. Wow, that's great. So like I said, Mimi is just so much more. So much more. So you have this passion for inner and outer peace, and I know you do work in the community and love to help people. Can you tell us a little bit about the things that you do in the community?
Things that I do in the community. Well, that's interesting, given that we're now a little with humanity. However, what I am doing that I'm really excited about is I'm reconnecting with Mother Earth is one way to say that, but I've started to pick up gardening again. I have a green thumb in the house. My father taught me gardening when I was a kid, and I started gardening. So I already have seeds that I planted back in February. The lettuce is up. We're eating produce from lettuce.
Wow. I
started a lettuce challenge on Facebook for people who wanted to know how to grow produce in their house.
Really?
And that's how I give back to the community. Wow. The other way that I give back to the community is that I've been interviewing people that come from peace and love, but from a specific field of expertise around coronavirus, so that people don't have to react in fear, but they actually have choices that they can make at this time that will support them.
That's brilliant.
And the third way, and I do that on Facebook, it's not like a regular summit, but whenever I find somebody I think can contribute, I interview them and I put them up on my Facebook
awesome
page.
Well, we'll definitely be sharing those links. So number 3.
And number 3, which is an ongoing project, has to do with romantic scams. I was romantically scammed about 1.5 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. And I realized that the best healing for me and the only thing that way that I could support with other women was to put up an online, we'll call it an online or an evergreen summit or series of videos. And I had about 8 people, excuse me, who supported me through my healing, from finance to spiritual to grief to like there were 8 different people, and they all agreed to be interviewed so that women who are currently being scammed can search for it, find it, and maybe get healing for themselves.
Wow. Do you want to share with people a little bit of what does that mean? Like, you don't necessarily have to give your particular situation, but in general, what does that mean when we're being scammed like that?
A romantic scam would be somebody who went onto a dating site and you became very attached to that person to the point, other than meeting them, that you could say that this was the one, and they started asking you for money.
Right.
And the truth is, you know, people always ask, well, why would you give somebody money if you haven't met them? Because when you care about somebody very deeply, you don't not trust them. You trust the people that you care about.
Right.
When somebody says they're going to pay you back in 3 weeks or in a month or whatever that is, you believe them.
Yeah.
Believe them until you don't get the money back.
So just a sidebar, and I'm very sorry that you went through this because it's devastating. But do you watch the show 90 Day Fiance?
Occasionally.
Okay, well, you know, sometimes we like to watch trash shows, but you know, I get a good laugh. It's like, you know, brain numbing entertainment. So sometimes you just have to go there, but you know, fun. But you watch some of the relationships and you're like, are you kidding me? Like, you know, one person spending $100,000 on a site where he hasn't even spoken to her directly on a private phone, or it's all been through this online site where I guess you find girls or, you know, talk to them in a special way. But it's like, are you kidding me? Like, you know, like it just, I don't know. Like, some of them are so obvious, and I know some of them are not obvious, right? Where
right, they're very good at what they do. They're very skilled. Some of them are men pretending to be women, talking to other men.
Yeah, wow.
And they do it because it's harder to get caught than doing drugs. I did a lot of investigation into it after I realized that I was scammed. It is a rampant industry. It's a huge industry, and people work in groups. Scammers work in groups.
You know what I think would be really useful for you to share, if you don't mind, would be, because, you know, in my brain, I'm just thinking of scenario after scenario after scenario, and this is just television stuff, but you know, this happens in real life, right? What would be some of the clues that somebody might, you know, say, okay, I think I'm being scammed here? What might be some of the things that are or are not happening that would make someone start to question, is this a real relationship?
There are a number of clues, and they're so easy to overlook and say, yeah, but the heart is really strong. However, the first clue is the person doesn't live in the same city as you and you haven't met them. They may promise to be meeting you, but you haven't met them. Second clue is that they're going out of town, or they are already out of town. A lot of these, if it's a man, will say that they're in construction. Ultimately, they're going to say they had a construction accident and they need money, something to do with the construction accident.
Wow, okay.
Many of them use the construction accident thing. The other clue, it would be they get very attached to you very quickly, and they rein you in very quickly, and you're shocked. You're shocked by how quickly that this relationship developed. And that's part of what makes you think that it's the right one, is that if it wasn't the right one, how could it have developed so quickly?
Wow.
Those would be my 3 top. But if you wanted to find out more about what those clues were, You can find them on www.themimimethod.com, because that's the website that has that I put up all that kind of information.
Wow. Yeah, that's thank you for putting that together, because I think it's really important for people. And and just watching these shows and knowing that these are real life situations, right? These people are really actually going through this stuff. And, sometimes as an outsider, you can see it clearly, right? But when you're in the middle of it, you don't see it that way, because of course those emotions are involved, like you said. And
that's right.
And then trying to talk to those people, it's hard to get them to believe you or listen to you, because they have these strong emotional feelings. They're in love. They care about these people and whatnot. But I think that, like, just to add to what you were saying, and I know you have probably a huge list on your site, but like things like people who won't get on a video call with you, or won't get on a private phone with you, or somehow, some way you're unable to connect with them like you would a human being like you and I,
Yes.
like where I can see, you can turn your camera, don't do it, but you could turn your camera and show me that you're living in a home, and I can see you're a real person and that you're not someone pretending to be somebody else. But there's, like, those are just the simplest of things, right?
And that's a good point, because many of them will send you pictures, but they're not real pictures. They're good at identity theft, so they steal pictures from other people's Facebook pages. Right. So it would be key, especially in this time of challenge, to get onto something where you see a live person.
Yeah, and be able to see where they live and what they do every day and that kind of thing. And if someone's giving you excuses, then, and I know this isn't the topic that we were starting with, but it's just amazing that you've experienced that, but you're taking it many steps further and helping other people who are going through this kind of stuff. And so please say the website again.
www.themimimethod.com.
Okay, perfect. And they can connect with you through the site as well. We'll put up all your sites. We'll put up all of them.
Good.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. And I do want to say, because I took the time to heal, and you do need to take the time to heal. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing that people did bad if they were scammed. They just got caught up in a scam, and it's okay. It's nothing on them. I was able to open up my heart again, and I found the man of my dreams.
Oh, good.
Yeah, very, very fortunate. And I don't know that I would have been able to do that if I didn't heal.
That's very important. Very important. And yeah, for people to also understand that, this happens to people. It's no fault of your own. We have emotions, we have feelings, we have needs and desires, and, we're hoping somebody's going to fulfill those. And that we can give back to them in the same way. And sometimes we are unfortunate to be in a scamming situation, and it sucks. But I love that you're bringing it to light, and that you're helping people to be aware so that they can catch that and hopefully not, have to experience that. So thank you for doing that, because that's difficult in and of itself, right?
You're welcome.
To do. So thank you for that. And I'm so glad to hear that you healed from it. But back to you as a giver and a businesswoman. Are there any tips or comments or anything you'd like to share with everybody, just to help them through business, through life, through now, through when we're not dealing with COVID?
Yes. So I always say that anybody successful, you, me, Oprah, whoever it is, only has 24 hours in a day. Nobody successful in life got a bonus of an extra 6 hours. We all have 24 hours. So it's what you do with that time that determines your success, and whatever success means to you. So really look at how you're spending your time, so that you're spending it on the things that will give you what you need and want.
I love that. I love that. You know, I was just having a conversation with someone on the phone and said, you know, I could easily choose to sit on the couch and watch TV and eat bonbons all day. Could easily choose to do that, right?
Yeah.
Because they said to me, you're so busy. And I'm like, yeah, but I could choose to not be, right? And just watch TV programs all day and be unproductive. Or I can keep a good mindset and keep my brain going and uplift other people and take action and do something every day, right? So it's a very conscious thing that you have to do. But especially now when we really don't have a choice, right? Some people are allowed to still go to the office, but a lot of us are not, right? And you have to stay home. And if you don't normally work from home, it's a huge shift in your life. And so being conscious of that and also having someone amazing to support them like yourself is really imperative to keeping the momentum going, because this isn't going to be forever. Right?
It's going to be for a long enough time that people can't wait it out.
Exactly.
It's a shift for a long enough period of time that ultimately they're going to need income. They're going to need to community somehow. They're going to need something. Yeah. So creating the structures now to create flexibility or workability around the shift is going to be to their advantage.
Absolutely. And having people like you to support them is imperative. I mean, you just we can't do it alone, right? We need amazing people like you. So even if you're a solopreneur, an entrepreneur, and you know, you're thinking, well, I can't get out, you can still get help virtually, just like we're doing now, and be supportive. So you know, I love it. Thank you, Mimi, for doing that. And please share your websites with us again so that we have the different ways of connecting with you.
So the scamming website is themimimethod.com. If you wanted to find out more information about my services and what I have to offer, you can go to the website called the successwithoutstressnow.com. So successwithoutstressnow.com. All the information is there. You can contact me through that, or you can email me at mimi@mimithrasher.com.
Perfect. Thank you. And we will have all those links and everything for you on the page, so you guys don't have to worry about rushing to write it all down, because it'll be available for you. And thank you, Mimi, so much for sharing. I mean, I learned something about you that I didn't know, and I love how you turn that into helping others. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me and allowing me to be a contribution to the community.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this interview hosted by Randy Goodman. We hope you will take action and connect with the incredible business people and leaders in our community. And remember, Randy is always here to answer any questions you have regarding your real estate needs. Be sure to register on the website and stay up to date on what's happening in your area at parkbench.com/millpond.